R, R. R, R, R.
Oh, look who's here. See, I'm not here for a month, and the Restream guest interface looks different again.
Everything's changed.
It says
Restream
on air
can't
now.
sit still.
Ah,
They've changed so much.
yeah, but it's nice. Nice changes so far.
Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
add your screen share to that screen share.
Oh,
scene.
okay. Let's see how that works. Oh, I have to turn it. I have to.
No, it's fine. You just replace it. You swap them, drag it
okay.
over. There you go.
Okay, good. Okay. Chris is in the important folder. Now he can actually see that.
That's the legendary important folder.
Yes. Very few people get into that folder, but even fewer into the VIP folder.
I feel honored and humbled.
Yes. Oh, don't tell me iPhone 17 Pro versus Leica M11. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
This is the Leica comes out
good.
quite on top there. No worries.
Thank God.
No worries at all. This is more a stocking stuffer kind of topic.
Where is... So something's happened to my Zen, and now my sidebar is too compact. How do I fix that? Sidebar. Zoom, page style. Why Zen? Is this a new feature?
Who is Zen?
Zen's the browser I use, which I really like. It's
Zen browser. Okay.
Yeah, it's an Arc clone built on Firefox. But I use one of the reasons I liked Arc is these sidebar tabs, but now it's made them too compact. I don't like it a bit. One of the things I have to do is go through here and put us all in order. Oh, do you want to do that instead of this? I think that's better.
I think they're in cahoots with the glasses industry. You need to buy new.
Yeah, I got new glasses, as you can tell. They're clear. You can't even see them.
They're invisible.
Hello, Discord. Hello to our club members. Hello to all of you. And especially to those of you who understand how the hell Zen works. What is going on? Here, I'm going to show it so you can see it. You can see what strangeness is happening in my life. There are places I remember. I was so disappointed when I saw that the Beatles had sold In My Life, which is one of my favorite songs.
They sold it?
To Amazon. Well, to Amazon, so that Amazon could run an ad with an instrumental version of it. Curse you, Michael Jackson. So see the sidebar now? It's like dinky winky. Inky winky dinky. And I can't tell what I'm clicking. It's not stretchable. What is right click? Compact mode, tabs on the left.
It's the same designers who made iOS 26. They just think it's pretty,
contact.
probably.
Enable compact mode.
I mean,
So
you don't want compact mode, right?
No, compact mode is what hides that toolbar when I'm on a full screen.
Isn't there a handle to pull? I see a handle.
It looks like a handle, but that's just a scroll bar.
Oh, that's a scroll bar. Okay.
And it's not a very useful scroll bar.
This is awesome.
It's really terrible. It's a terrible scroll bar.
This is
supposed to go out. I know. I don't.
It's funny.
Maybe this.
Funny.
No, see, that doesn't do anything. That just stretches the whole window.
And if you make the entire browser even wider, does it plop into?
No, because I had it full screen. And it doesn't. It's so annoying.
That scroll bar's amazing.
I might have to go back to Arc. Jeez Louise. Oh, maybe if I quit it and start it again. Maybe that's the trick.
That would be really
No.
bad user experience. It's not.
I think they fixed it. There are places I remember in my life. Now I'll show you what it's supposed to look like in Arc, which is what we're trying to duplicate here. See how it's supposed to be legible?
That's better.
See? Now I go
That
to
is
my
so much
mail
better.
and I click the Oh, I have to log in. No, I want to use a passkey, please. A passkey.
Go to the settings, says Nosal.
Yeah, he's making that up. Now I've forgotten what I was typing. It seems like that's what you should do, is go to the settings, right? That seems like it. That seems like the logical thing to do.
I would look
seems
there.
like it, yeah. Well, I will. I'll go to the settings. But meanwhile, let's open all these tabs again. This time I'll be able to access them, though. No peeking at who won. Oh, it's not a competition. Who was selected? Okay, and now see if I go over here. Wait a minute. It's doing it too. What's
Okay,
that over
what?
there? Oh, no, that's fast mail. Okay, never mind. Okay, so now I have...
It might be. I'm looking at a dock. So if you right click on the bar, you go under compact, and then there's like hide sidebar, hide toolbar, and hide both. Maybe.
Yeah, that has
Okay.
no... Yeah, no, I know that. Here, let's go back and just mess with it just for fun. So you right click and you go to compact mode, and what do? You enable compact mode, disable it. You hide sidebar, you hide both. Nope. You go to compact mode,
Okay.
disable compact mode. Nope. Hide sidebar. Yeah.
I don't see anything happening.
No, because that doesn't fix it. Now let's try settings. Look and feel. There we
collapsed.
go. I got
Okay.
collapsed.
There you
That's
go.
what happened. It was collapsed. Yep. Thank you.
So
He
Nosal
was right. It was the sidebar. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to close this. And let's go back here to the urinals. Very balanced, those urinals. I can close Arc. Thank you, Arc. And see, when I go full screen, but see, I need to have, I do also want to hide the toolbar. No, can't get the compact. There we go. Hide both. Because I don't want any chrome. You understand what I'm saying? No chrome. All right. Sorry to delay this fabulous show. Let us
I'm here all night.
begin.
I'm good.
Begin the begin.
As long as you have, do you have a deadline?
I do
you
not
have
have a deadline.
A hard time out?
Why is Maine? I don't want Maine. Oh, I just do this. There we go. Okay. Hello, you club Twitters, all of you. Leo Laporte on your left, and on your right, the fabulous Chris Marquardt, our photo guy, an accomplished photographer, coach, book author, podcaster, and a longtime friend, not just of the network, but of me personally. Hello, Mr. Marquardt, or what was he say in Hanover? Moin, moin.
To be back. Moin, moin. Yeah, good to be back. Fun.
I just learned that Chris, in his lifetime, has performed in the same Hamburg club as the Beatles got their start in.
Didn't do me any good, though.
Did it have the guy, the Beatles, when they were performing, the manager kept saying, Mach Schau, because he really wanted to, a show.
No.
They didn't have that guy anymore.
It was a weekday. It was a very mediocre
It's
band.
calm.
And It was calm, and it was just that's my bragging right that I played in
It's
the
fantastic.
Indra Club in Hamburg. Yeah,
It's huge.
small club, tiny stage.
Oh, well. You shared that stage with the Beatles. Not in
I'm
time.
not. I don't even think it's the same stage.
Oh,
It's
that's too
probably different.
Yeah, they would be a little
The same
more
room.
scarred.
The same room.
Scarred up if the Beatles had been there.
Probably.
All right, here we are. We do this every month as part of the club. Hello, club members. So glad to have you. Because Chris gives us a photo assignment. We have 4 weeks to go out and snap pics with whatever device you like to use. You can use a camera phone. You can use a fancy camera, whatever it is. The assignment this week, we dug deep into the fishbowl and pulled the word balanced.
There it is.
And
Balanced.
so I'm expecting a host of balanced photos today.
I've gone through them. There's a lot of balanced. Well, so balance. What can you make of that word in photography? And of course, you can find something that balances.
Yeah.
Some people did that. You can make a balanced composition where the parts of the composition, the visual weights, kind of
You
even
could
each
put
other
3
out.
urinals in a row, and
Yeah,
and that
that
would be
too.
balanced.
Sort
so
of,
there was some
yeah.
good choices here for you. Now Chris, as is his wont, will pick 3 of them,
Yes.
and then we will talks about them. So let's talks about them a little bit.
That's what we do. So the
Yes.
first one is, let me open that up, by, does it have a name? Can I read
N1
it?
id.
Oh, it's my screen is too small. N1 id, titled
If that's a
DSC
name.
_2629S.
Oh, I'm surprised you
And,
didn't mark it down for the name.
I didn't check the name. I told you I go by the thumbnails.
I like
That's the
that
first.
about you.
That's the first line of defense. Thumbnails, and then I open all of them, but my initial gut reaction is to the thumbnails. And this one was, as a thumbnail, it wasn't clear what it was to me right away. And then I opened it, and now I see 2 birds at a feeder, and they kind of balancing. There's
Yeah.
one left, one right.
If one were really fat, the feeder would be tilted.
Or if one wasn't there. So
Right.
there we
Look
go.
at that.
Or if a squirrel was hanging off the other side.
Yes.
Then
I like
it
that.
would
And
be tilted.
I actually like the attitude of the birds. I would be tempted with the assignment to have put them in the middle instead of shifted left, and I would have been tempted to get them, to do the same thing. But I think this is interesting because it's a little off center for a balanced photo.
That's what throws you a bit, but it's also illogical if you look at the birds themselves, because the right bird extends its tail out and the other one has it tucked in. So
yeah.
the birds, the distance between the edge of the bird and the edge of the picture are kind of the same on both
Oh,
sides.
that's
so
a good point.
yeah,
It's cropped
so
to the tails. That's interesting.
everything is in there. Everything is, the picture contains everything that's important. So,
But I do like it. I think, when you're first starting out with photography, you're tempted to center everything.
oh, but if you look through the viewfinder, it's very often you have this thing in the middle that indicates like where
It wants you to center
focuses.
it. Yeah.
And it kind of makes you feel like that's where you should put a
Right.
face on a portrait or so on. No, that's not what it's for. So ignore that part in the middle of the screen and just go by your gut feel. I mean, the thing is, that's a really important thing about photography. Someone recently told me we've forgotten to see in 2D, because you have the 3-dimensional world in front of you,
Yeah.
and you see something close to you that's bigger, something far away that's smaller, but you know the real size of things. But the photo is 2D, and now you'll have to balance the 2 dimensions. So something small can be close to the camera and can be really big, and you can balance that to, I don't know, a house in the background that is now the same size as something small in the foreground. So the 2D thing, that's the kind of the important thing. And that's the one thing I like about modern cameras. They have screens, so you're looking at a 2D picture.
Yeah.
That helps you balance things out better.
Yeah. When you
what you do.
focus, do you use that spot meter? Do you use the center focus and then shift the camera? Is that how you work? Or
I used to work that way. I still do sometimes, but autofocus is so good now.
so you just use the zone focuses and let it do its thing.
Well, if you have people in the photo, you almost always want the eyes to be in focus, so the camera will go for that. And
We have too
focus
many
on the
choices
eyes.
now. So the camera, you can say
Yeah.
eye focus, face focus, center focus.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with light metering. You could say center metering or zone metering or the whole
I mean,
thing or average it or
having control over these things might be important to some of your photography, but 90% of my photography isn't that
Just point and
artsy,
shoot,
and so the camera typically does a pretty decent
I
job.
always
Yes.
set my camera, probably because I'm trying to emulate you, I always set it to spot focus and spot metering and make it the center. And then I use the lock button, or I just keep holding down the button if it's focused, and reframe.
Perfectly okay. As I said, sometimes I work that way, and it gives you full control. So you
Right.
have the focus where it is, but it also slows you down, and it takes effort, and it gives you some cognitive load that you might better use for better composition. So, yeah, it comes down to taste, I would say, and it comes down to, are you getting the photos that you want to get, or are you not?
Right. The other thing is really important for me is most modern digital cameras have a function key that'll pop up the menu items you use a lot. And so I always make sure that one of those items, two of those items, one of them is focus and the other one is metering, so that I can quickly change it to, like if I'm taking a bunch of, like if I were doing a wedding, which I would never do because I couldn't take the pressure.
Oh, the pressure. The pressure. Yeah.
But if I were doing a wedding, I would put it to eye focus, right? Because that's almost always what you want.
But that's what you want, yes.
Yeah. And modern
Or
cameras
you-
are really
or-
good at that.
Or you use the Leica, you use a manual focus lens, and you go manual.
Yeah, this has no help. This thing is no help. It's all on you, baby.
But it's one of the things, once you have that muscle memory,
Yeah.
and Leicas are built to be really quick with focusing. You can really get there quickly.
The range finder. You're talking about the range finder.
The rangefinder, but then you also have to look through the viewfinder to see the focus, the two translucent images
And
matching
the
up. So
viewfinder isn't exactly what the photo's going to be. That's really takes a while to get used to.
of course not. That would be too easy.
That would be cheating.
Yeah.
Because it's not an electronic viewfinder; it's an optical viewfinder. It has to be for
Well,
range. For the range. I know.
we'll
We're going to
talk
talk
about
that.
that
I
later.
know. I'm setting you
So-
up. See, I'm thinking, always thinking. All right. Well, thank you, N1, whatever your name is. N1. It looks like N-lid.
N1 ID, N-lid.
N-lid. And
Possibly.
no EXIF information. Well, is there? Let me see. No EXIF information, so we don't know how it was taken. But I like the bokeh, or is it bokeh? The bokeh is quite nice on this. The birds are, so I feel like he's probably using a good lens and a fancy camera. In fact, I know he is, because no camera phone would do a real bokeh like this.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. these days.
Crap!
But it doesn't. It
no,
doesn't
that's a digital.
matter.
That's a nice
It doesn't
SLR
matter.
or DSLR.
It's probably a bigger sensor camera,
Yeah, sure looks like it. All right.
or maybe it's AI. Okay, next one.
Stop
Next
with the
one.
slop. All right, next one.
Next one is
Has a title.
by
Oh, it's our
Is
good
by-
friends.
it's our friends Demi Lente. And by the way, I now found out again what their name means. Demi Lente, from my lens.
Oh, so it's not their actual names. It's
No.
a pseudonym. It's a pen name, a film name. This is beautiful.
It is.
They're so talented.
Okay, this one has a proper title, a long title. That's not a description, it's a title. A flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms. Quote by Zen Shin.
That's brilliant. It doesn't say, am I prettier than the one next to me? Should I be more pink? It just does. I'm sorry I can't get rid of those stupid arrows.
Yeah, they're just there.
That's just.
But doesn't matter.
Oh,
Doesn't
there,
matter.
A little bit. I had to zoom in a little bit
Oh.
there. Okay.
All right. But now you cropped it. It's
Yeah,
maybe
now I
not their
cropped it a
intent.
little bit. See.
Yeah.
Eh.
Leave them on. We can
Okay.
ignore them. So balance. This one.
Yes.
So first of all, the flower in itself is beautifully balanced because it's very symmetrical, and it has this this
It's gorgeous.
really, really also well in focus thing on the right side, and then on the left side there's this green leaf, and those two, I feel, balance each other out.
I like the spiral arms of the flower too.
Yeah.
That white is a nice contrast with the pink. The colors are really great. Pink, white, and green, pretty much. I love it.
And a nice light and
Yeah. Nicely composed.
nice focus where it needs to be. The flower is also bright, so it gets more attention.
Draws your eye.
Not-
And
not
again,
just from the
not
color.
centered. You might be tempted to put that in the middle. That would be a mistake.
Doesn't have to be.
No. I love it.
Doesn't need it.
One side is dark and one side is light, says Darth Vader. No, it says Dustin.
Speaking of dark and light, the next
Yes.
picture by another frequent submitter, Gregory Chesney, a 35 millimeter balance, light and shadow. That's the title. And this one is more busy. It's more detailed. We see a tree, a silhouette of a tree in front of a building, brick building with fire escapes and harsh sunlight. So there's lots going on there in terms of shadows and geometric lines and so on. But I bet if you counted the pixels, the dark ones and the bright ones, they would balance each other out quite well in this picture. So there's some balance in there of some kind. But yeah, it's a nice
I love monochrome too. And I think cityscapes, New York cityscapes, especially in monochrome, just have something. There's something going on.
This one does, yeah. I love fire escapes in New York in sunlight because they create these copies of themselves in weird angles on the walls.
Look at the shadows; they're so great of the fire.
And then the big shadows. So there's a real presence of the building behind you in this photo just by the dark shadow on the bottom. So it adds this other layer that's not even, I told you I like layered photos. We're talking about layers in terms of things at different distances, or maybe things in a reflection in a window, which adds another layer. This is an additional kind of layer that adds something to the picture that you can't really see, but you see what it does. Cast a shadow.
So nice.
It's awesome.
So nice. Yeah, if I were a street photographer in New York, like one of our favorites, Joe, is, I would shoot black and white all the time. I think Joe does, actually, come to think of it. It's just a natural for the city. Because it makes everything feel like the 50s, like it's old, it's vintage.
Not just that, but it's also the traditional kind of street photography. If you look at the Magnum agency, the early the founders of that, Cartier-Bresson, for example, he was out and about with his Leica shooting black and white film. So the old early street photos that we now kind of equate with the street photography of today is this photography is black and white. So it's a classic style.
Cartier-Bresson was so amazing.
Yes.
And such an inspiration, because his stuff was very quotidian. It was very everyday stuff. It wasn't like he was looking for, extra drama or anything. It was the street, and it was just so amazing.
And his composition, the balance in his photos.
Oh yes, talking about balance, that's a good point.
Absolutely, balance, and he was also a painter.
Oh,
so
I didn't know that. That explains a lot.
Really understood how to place things, where to place them, how they would interact, the 2D-ness of a photo, the different layers of it, and so on.
Look at this quote. It's perfect for our topic today. To take a photograph is to align the head, the eye, and the heart. It's a way of life. Mm-hmm. That's a really interesting way to balance, isn't it? This is from the Magnum website. These are famous Cartier-Bresson pictures. He also didn't mind doing stuff that was a little bit blurry to show motion and things like that. I remember a bicycle going by that
Oh yeah, that one. Yep.
Very famous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes. The
There
photo
you go.
isn't
Here's
about
a guy running, and he's a little blurry. Yeah.
and the photo isn't about technical perfection. It's about evoking emotion, and that's what he does with them.
I should find it inspiring, not like it makes me feel
This
like,
one is one of my
I give up.
favorites.
Isn't that great?
That's just an amazing photo. The guy walking through.
Yeah.
It's just
And the kids, and it's just
he's
it's a
just
moment in time.
He's just so out of place, and then the background, the building with the weird windows. Geometry.
Yeah.
And the kids in the front, but that guy, I mean, just the way he walks, he sticks out his belly. He's got the hat on. He's just like completely.
This is Spain in 1933.
Yes,
but it's timeless.
Yes.
It's timeless. Just amazing stuff. What an artist! I didn't know he was a painter. Now I understand a little bit better because his sense of composition is very.
A lot of famous photographers did painting or other forms of art.
Yeah. Oh man! All right, I'm sorry. You got me thinking about Cartier-Bresson. So good. So we have completed our 3 pictures. Thank you, all of you, for your submissions to our balanced assignment. It is time for a new assignment, and Chris is going to go, as he does, to the fishbowl, and the word of the month is spacious.
Here we go.
Not specious, spacious.
Spacious.
So what does that mean? That means you are now going to go out in the world and you are going to take photos every single day, but you're going to keep in your mind the word spacious and look for things that say in some way, and you could see it doesn't really, we don't really tell you how. Tell you that this reflects the word spacious.
That last photo by Cartier-Bresson with the kids and the man and the
Spacious.
wall. That was very spacious.
Spacious.
That was
And
very
special.
spacious.
Spacious and
That too.
special.
That too, of course.
All right. Well, that's wonderful. So everybody, next time, spacious. I have put this on the lower third so you will remember it. And it's just, again, it's not a competition. It's just an excuse to go out and take pictures. Yes. And with something in mind. And you don't have to use anything fancy. You don't have to use a fancy camera.
Especially helpful now for like the darker time of the year. It's a good motivator to get you off your butt out to take photos.
So tempting. I haven't been taking my postprandial, my daily after dinner walks because it's rainy, it's cold, and it's easier to stay home. You know what? I'm going to strap on the camera
and throw things to the floor.
That's just that lens cap. It always falls out. Those Leica lens caps, they're very expensive and they're very easy to lose.
I'm not a friend. I'm not a fan of lens caps.
No, I know you're not, and I shouldn't. And this one has a great hood, and I don't really
that
need
protects
a lens
it
cap.
so well.
I know,
but then it's not complete. I get it. I get it.
I like the lens cap. It's round. It goes on a rectangular hood. It's kind of an interesting.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I actually on my M11 I do not use a lens cap, and this is my most
I think if I had an M11, I would probably put a lens cap on it just to.
I don't. The ridiculously expensive lens I used did not come with a lens cap. Of all things, I bought it used. Maybe the owner kept the cap for old time's sake, but I guess I should go out and find one. Now. It's time.
Now, let's talk about Leica.
Oh, Leica's in the news. This is our news portion of the show where we talk about the latest stuff. What's new with Leica?
Well, Leica has just a short while ago released a new M, the EV1, which is their... Well, I'm torn. I don't know. What do you think about it? It's the main difference is to the older M, like the M11, is that it doesn't have an optical rangefinder anymore. It has an electronic viewfinder,
and yet you still have to. It doesn't have autofocus, right? Or did I misunderstand that?
I think it's just I think it's just a Leica with a different
It's still range finding.
focusing method, but it's still a rangefinder.
it's-
well, the thing is,
It's electronic
the thing
range
is-
finding, which is weird. Or
well,
not.
does it find a range? The interesting thing is the M. It's the German word for rangefinder is Messsucher.
Yeah.
And that's the M where it comes from.
Ah.
So the rangefinder, the contraption with the optical path that goes to the side and then over a mirror, and then you see the focus help in the middle of the viewfinder. That is the Messsucher. That's the rangefinder, and they now have a rangefinder that doesn't have a rangefinder, which is weird.
So it's using focus peaking.
It does the usual
then
thing that
focus
others
zoom.
do. Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I have done that with my Sony and my Canons in the past. I always thought focus peaking was an imprecise way of focusing compared to range finding, to be honest.
But then it also has the digital zoom in kind of thing where you focus.
Yeah, if you
that
zoom all
that
the
should
way
be
in.
precise enough.
Yeah.
No, it does have this automatic square in the middle that pops up when you focus, and then you see the center of the image.
Frankly,
sharper
it's a lot
or
easier. In
bigger.
fact, they're pitching this as the easy way to get into Leica M.
I know.
The easiest way
I
to enter the legendary M system. It should not be easy. It should be hard. That's the point of the rangefinder.
There's something about that, yes. So the other thing I'm kind of torn about is if you take your M11 and look through the viewfinder, you have the camera at the side of your face.
So this is the thing that I've only recently learned, and it's still very hard for me to do this.
And not everyone can do it, but the classic way is
So
to
this eye
focus.
is available to look at the world.
It's looking at the world, and that helps you in street photography because you'll see something approaching in the corner of your eye, and you know, oh, there is a person, and that person will walk into the picture in a second, and then you get the shot.
I can do it because actually I can do it probably better than a lot of people because I don't ever use both eyes at the same time. I either use one or the other.
So
And
you
so
switch back and forth in your brain.
In my brain, I could say left eye, right eye, left eye, right eye.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's okay. I just have to get used to it because I've always shot like this. And
That's not what you do.
yeah, I have to. Probably
then
people
also-
look at me
but-
and say, "What a tyro! He's shooting with his eye behind the camera."
But then also, does that mean your right eye? No, your
Your right eye sees nothing.
your
It's
left
looking at
eye
my
is your priority eye, right?
I don't have
Normally.
a priority eye.
Okay,
It's
because usually people do, like they have a preference for left or right eye.
I have monocular vision. I've been my vision's broken and has been since a baby, and I either use left or right. In fact, with my contact lenses, I do have the two different lenses. One lens is for close up, and one lens is for distance because it's easy for me to shift. Depending
So you
if
have
I'm reading,
zoom
I
eyes.
shift to my left. If I'm driving, I shift to my right.
You have zoom eyes.
I have with my glasses. I don't
Kind
have
of.
to do that. They're progressive. So I think I could do this, but I have to practice. I have to get out and look for spacious scenes and take some pictures.
And of course, if you do street photography, where it is important to know what's going on around you, to have situational awareness,
that's true.
That is where this method
Should I do
really
that?
helps you.
Even without the rangefinder, I should do that like this.
Well, and now the thing is, for people who go for the EV1, the new camera, that doesn't have that. So it's a completely different way of working. It
So
kind of takes away this cool kind of way of seeing
Well,
the world.
The EV1 still has a little viewfinder on it, right? So you could
look
still
at the pictures.
Yeah,
Look at the
it doesn't?
pictures.
They took away. No, what's this thing then?
That's an electronic viewfinder, yes, but you're not looking through the. So
It's not
the
optical.
other
It's an EVF. Yeah.
It's true, but the next thing is, if you have a wide-angle lens on your M11, how do you see the picture in the viewfinder?
Or you don't.
Well,
That's the
Not
weird
that
thing
wide-
about
not
the
that
M11.
wide angle.
If I have anything more than 28 millimeter, it's cut off.
okay, let's
I
go
see
the
the-
other
I see
direction. Let's go the other.
Okay.
Let's let's put hypothetically, let's put a 100 millimeter lens on your M11.
Yeah.
How do you see the picture if you look through the viewfinder?
You're
What you'll
right.
see is you'll see a little square, and
You're
the
right.
longer your focal length, the smaller the square.
That's where the frame is. Yeah.
But you see everything around it.
Right.
So you have
Do I want
situational
that?
awareness. Yes, because you have situational awareness of what's going on around your frame.
Oh.
The EV1 doesn't have that. Doesn't do that anymore.
Because it's zoomed in, it's showing you the actual
Well, it's
shot.
looking to the actual lens. So, okay, it's $800 cheaper than the M11.
Well, that's a good thing.
At least something.
It's a
It's
ridiculously expensive camera. Don't look up
It's
the
still
price.
$9,000, just a camera. It still has a pretty hungry viewfinder.
What does that mean for battery?
If you put in the same battery as an M11, you get a third of the pictures, like
forget it.
240 pictures.
Leica
So,
is catering
I'm
to
not
the
happy- I'm not-
modern. They're catering to the modern crowd, and they've done this for a while. They make the
course.
SL2, which is basically a mirrorless electronic viewfinder camera. I mean, but purists will do this. Will get the rangefinder M11.
I'm not even a Leica shooter, but I'm a purist when it comes to them taking the
'cause you-
rangefinder out
that's
of the
'cause
rangefinder.
I remember the first time I met might have been you. I met somebody who was using a Leica many, many, many years ago. And I said, "Oh, that's so great, a Leica." I said, "Try it." And I tried the rangefinder. I said, "I can't use this."
I
never get any pictures.
It takes
but that's
work.
that's what I'm saying. It should be hard because it makes it a conscious art creation project,
and it takes a while, but it also kind of rewires your brain a bit.
And I
in
have
some ways.
a smartphone. I can always, if I just want to whip out a camera and take a picture, I can always do that. And you know what? Most of the time, if I'm not creating art, I'm just taking a picture, I will use my smartphone.
Absolutely.
We interviewed Kevin Kelly yesterday on Intelligent Machines, who is one of my heroes in the world. You may not know him. He's probably better known in the English and language markets and the Asian markets than Germany. He was a founding editor of Wired. He was the editor of the Whole Earth Catalog with Stuart Brand. He's been around at all of the revolutions and has written many wonderful books. But he started as a photographer. He dropped out of school, went to Asia, and for 55 years he's been going to Asia taking pictures. Just published a new book, which I should give a plug to, called Colors of Asia. That is some of the images, he said, what did he say? He said, I think 300,000 images that he's taken of in his 55 years of Asia. And he's published them in a book, but the book is self-published. It's really an interesting idea because what he's done, this is one of the images from Asia. This is in Kashmir in the Himalayan Valley. But one of the things he's done is organize the book by color. Isn't that cool?
It is cool, yes.
So it's the colors
Absolutely.
of Asia in color. Let me see if I could find his. It was probably in the About section, his books, and show you his newest book. There it is, books. Colors of Asia, and it's organized so like there's a blue section and a red section. 16 colors, 35 countries. But this guy is an amazing photographer. The reason I bring him up, here's a green page, is I said, because anytime I get a photographer on, and he's not best known for his photography, to be fair, he's better known for his writing and his technology focus. I said, what do you shoot with? I'm thinking Leica, it's got to be Leica. He says, the iPhone 17.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute, what? He said, in my early days, of course, I was shooting film. He says, but this camera is so much better than any film camera. The resolution is so much better. It's the camera you have. He says, I don't schlep around a bunch of camera and bodies and lenses. iPhone.
And you wouldn't be able to tell.
You wouldn't.
If you look at the pictures in his book. Yeah.
Oh, no, they're stunning. Because he's an artist and he has an eye, and that's more important than the equipment, as I keep telling myself.
But organizing by color is an amazing thing, because this is really a challenge if you want to make a photo book of any sort, or an exhibition. If you want to show your pictures, how do you organize them? How do you sequence them? Which one goes next to which one? Just imagine you hanging them up in a gallery on a wall, and there are 3 pictures on a wall. Which ones will you choose? How do you go about that? So a photographer would typically print things out and stick them up on a wall and play with the placement and move them back and forth to find the right stories to tell with the sequence. And colors makes it so much easier. you just look through. You just put all the thumbnails on your screen, and then maybe there's even software that will organize them by color.
AI would do it. A good,
easy start. I mean, Flickr has done it forever. You can search by color on Flickr.
Interesting.
They were the pioneers in using AI, and you can search for yellow pictures on Flickr, and it'll show you pictures that are predominantly yellow. Works well. Yeah.
I never had to organize my photographs for a gallery exhibition.
It could be a hypothetical exhibition. You could put this on your website, and what do you put in this album and in this album? So it's a good exercise to edit your own photos, to curate your own
I'll have to try
virtual exhibition.
Yeah.
It's a very helpful exercise to also learn more about your own photography, and maybe even find out what your style is. That's one of the things people always ask, what's my style? I want to find my style. And then the best way to do that is to go through all your photos, try to find what you like, because it'll reveal itself over time if you spend time with your previous photos.
I mean, really, the whole thing is spend time with photography.
Yes.
It's the only way to get better at anything, is to spend time with it, live with it, and try all those things.
And edit them.
Dustin's asking in our chat. And by the way, we are monitoring chat. In fact, I'll pull it up right now. He's asking a good question, which is, what do you think of the iPhone 17? Have you do you use the 17 now, or are you still with the 16? Or
I'm still on the 16 Pro. It's my phone, and I usually skip every other version,
as any sensible person would.
I've played with it. It's a good camera. It's as good as many other cameras out there. Their computational photography is getting more and more invisible, as in it's hard to tell that it was from a phone. Also, if you use a camera, another camera app, Halide or something, you will be able to take pictures that are even more close to what a camera does, because it cuts out some of the processing that the iPhone would do. So that's pretty. It's a very capable camera for sure, but it will not make you a better photographer. It will give you better pictures in terms of the technical quality, the sharpness, the colors, but it will not make you a better photographer. You will still have to figure out the composition, the timing, where you place it, the framing and everything. That's still all on you.
It may expose how poor a photographer you are.
I mean, I've had disappointments I should know better, but then I get this new lens, I put it on my camera, I'm like, yes, finally. I take pictures with it, and I look at them, and they're not better than what I had before. It takes a while to work with things and to learn their quirks. It's like with every tool, you have to learn how to use it.
But what Kevin did say, and I think this is true, and it's a cliche now, is the best camera is the one you have with you.
Yes.
At the moment, and the idea that I think for him especially, where he likes to take a lot of candidates, the idea that you could take it with your phone and not be obtrusive.
Oh, you're invisible.
Huge. Yeah,
you're invisible with a smartphone.
Yeah.
Street photography with a smartphone, nothing better.
No, because you just look like a normal nitwit.
You're a tourist. You're a tourist.
You're a tourist. That's actually why I often bring the Leica Q, and I've taped over the red dot, and I've hanging around my neck. I don't hang it on my shoulder.
That will not make you invisible. Sorry, but the connoisseurs will know what
they'll know immediately, and the thieves too. Although I don't attempt to hide my iPhone either. It's bright orange, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't need to be surreptitious. All right, what else is in the news? So I'll be interested to see. I mean, it's $9,000 this EV1.
Mm-hmm. And I could be wrong. I mean, if I had access to one, I'd probably like it. Probably.
I probably like it too, and it would work with all my fancy lenses. So there's that.
Yeah. But still, the M, I don't think it deserves the M letter because it's not a real rangefinder.
That's how purists always are. I remember when I drove
that.
for 3 years the Mustang Mach-E electric vehicle, and they called it a Mustang, but Mustang guys said that's not a Mustang. That's not a Mustang.
It's a brand, and people recognize it. That's what it's all about.
Right.
All right, next
what
up.
else? Yes.
Affinity.
Yeah, this is a
3.0.
story that's kind of developing over time.
It's an interesting story. So Affinity, we talked about this earlier. They teased a new version. They took their 2.0 version or all the other old versions off the website. You couldn't download it, and then people were speculating about, is this going to be a paid subscription or
people thought it was a mistake at first, like they didn't mean to do it.
And then they released it. The Affinity 3.0, or Affinity as they call it now. And from a feature point of view, they have now one app. It used to be Affinity Photo, Designer, and Publisher, 3 different apps. And it's now integrated in one app. It's customizable. They have one file format now. And it's okay. It has a few bugs still, but it's a good app. And the thing is, it's free. That's one of the big things. Free forever.
Can you still use a paid version? Is there a paid version or
no?
No,
that's the one that you can
it.
use your old versions if you want to. But this is
I
Affinity.
paid for it back in the day. I still have.
Me too.
Yeah.
It does require a Canva account. Canva bought Affinity last year, and this is the result of that collaboration. It requires a free Canva account, and then with a free account, you have Affinity free for all features minus AI. There's AI features that need the cloud and that use the Canva cloud, and that would require a paid pro subscription of Canva. That's $110 per year.
Okay.
And then you get the AI features. There's one offline AI feature that you get for free, and that's kind of segmentation. So if you want to select that person or select that object, you can do this without a subscription. So basically,
you mean turn it into layers? You can. Is that what you mean? Or
no? If you want in a photo, if you want to select whatever that thing on the table, then it'll find the edges and it'll segment that out.
Oh, that's nice. So that's a good feature, but it doesn't have image restoration or hiding things and stuff.
And no generative features.
I don't mind that it doesn't have generative features. I can do
me
it.
Me neither. Yeah. And the ones you get through the Canva Cloud aren't quite as good as the ones you get from Adobe. But anyway, I don't use much of that, and if I have to, I have ways to do it in another app. So
one advantage that I see here is it does import Photoshop images. You could
it has done that forever.
Yeah,
it has done that forever.
You don't have to, stick with Photoshop if you don't want to.
And then there was this whole controversy about this is a play where they will later on they will get everyone on board for free, and then they will tighten up the thumb screws and make it painful, as you've seen with a lot of other tools,
that's what Adobe does. So I can see why people might think that. When Affinity was paid, it wasn't expensive.
Now, the interesting thing is their chief product officer went on the record a day after the release when people were, especially the pros, were kind of disappointed. And he went on the record and said, there's no catch. Yeah. There is no catch. This makes strategical sense for Canva to get the pros on board, even if they don't pay. And I thought a lot about this, and why is it interesting what they're doing? Because I find it amazingly interesting. This is the first serious threat to Adobe's business model since Steve Jobs banned Flash from iOS. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was when
a happy
Adobe
day in the long run, I have to say.
that was when Adobe tried to be the web by
Right.
having Flash everywhere, by playing all the videos in Flash, all the animations in Flash,
Right.
making all the interactive websites in Flash, and it was it was killed by Steve Jobs pretty much. And so this is since then their business model hasn't been threatened as much as I think it is now. And Canva is playing an interesting game here. I think it's a very clear attack on Adobe's business model. If you watch the Canva keynote, their CEO or Affinity's CEO, Ash Hewson, said things like, other tools have a steep learning curve and ours does not. And creativity is not a luxury, it's a right. So they play on Adobe's kind of complicated pricing model and the complexity of the software, the high bar to entry. That's what they play on. And the price is right? You don't have to pay. The capabilities, Canva and Affinity together now have this. Well, Canva used to be seen as a lightweight collaboration tool for non-designers, pretty much. And they didn't cover that pro corner for people who want the full control. With Affinity, they do now. So they cover an interesting range of things. And then in addition to the price and their capabilities, they play on philosophy, on we're accessible, we're not hiding behind cost and complexity, we'll democratize creativity. They are the anti-Adobe right now.
Yeah.
Canva is the anti-Adobe. And if you combine that with IPO rumors that I've heard about, maybe next year they want to go and do an IPO. That move that they just did, that just instantly increases their user base. It makes a lot of sense from that point of view. It creates some online tension. They have a growth story. So that's an ideal starting point to issue stock. And
that's what's going on then. You say.
And for Affinity, so people are worried. Are they gonna just make it worse and have us pay for it? I think that is not going to happen for a while, at least for years, I guess, because Canva they're investing in Affinity and they will keep it free because that helps them chip away at Adobe's business model.
Yeah,
and they're out there to win this game. And they are, from a valuation point of view, they're about a quarter of what Adobe is. So they're not small. They're not a tiny player. And the next thing I've seen hints of is collaboration. So just imagine you editing in Affinity, and there's someone on the other side of the planet editing the same thing together with you.
That'd be good for your coaching business, wouldn't it? You could.
It would certainly be, and then that opens up a new target for them, which would be Figma, which is now being used for UI development and things. But some teams are use Figma now to do collaborative image editing. So it really makes a lot of sense. So I think it's a very smart move, and Adobe, I think, is already starting to feel that. So
we have a question that I actually share from Greg. He says, I already have Affinity Photo 2. Does it make sense to get the new Affinity? I mean, especially if he's just doing photo editing. Is there any reason to... And I have the same question because I have it as well. I don't need the new one, right? I've got the old one.
You can keep using the old one as long as it works.
Yeah.
I mean, it will.
Are there features
later.
in the new one that I will want?
Well, I've done some vector work, as in like image tracing to create a vector from a pixel image. That was never possible. That is in the new version.
Okay.
There are a few features that, but I don't think for photography alone, it makes it's not a must. But
They've
then, of course,
combined 3 different Affinity programs: Affinity
Right.
Photo, the Designer tool, which is a page layout tool, and the Vector Graphics tool. So basically, you're getting all 3 Affinity products in one. It might even be
And-
better if you're just doing photos to stick with Affinity Photo too, because
for now, I think you're not really missing out on anything. There won't be any development for Affinity version
Right.
2.
So
So
it'll get
if an
behind.
an operating system upgrade or something renders that unusable, then it's gone. So sooner or later,
you want to sign up for a Canva account, which is the thing that's been stopping me. I don't want to have to make an account, yet another account. Although
it's a free account.
who
So
cares? Yeah.
and I had the Canva account for a while now, a free account, and it Canva targets another audience, another kind of professional, but I'm okay with that at this point. But again, a few years down the road, I might speak differently
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
So, but for now, I think it's a good play. It's chipping away at Adobe, and Adobe needs competition. They do need competition. They are too big. They're too much of a monopoly. So, yeah.
Well,
I
and
think-
everybody's mad about the subscription, and
Oh, totally.
yeah,
They have a PR problem. They've had a PR problem
Yeah.
since they started the subscription. So
yeah. But you
which
still
is-
use Lightroom.
that's the only problem. And Adobe just changed their pricing for their licenses. So
Is it more
Yeah.
affordable?
no, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. They are taking things out and charge you more.
Yeah, yeah, that's disappointing. I had the $10, photographer's subscription and you get Lightroom and Photoshop, and you get a terabyte of storage. And
Me
I
too.
thought that was reasonable, but they got rid of that, and then they want you to buy storage from them, which I don't want.
I mean, Lightroom. So the Photo Pros, many of them use Lightroom Classic. And
Yes, I don't use Lightroom CC. I don't like it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And the Lightroom users have like years and years of pictures and edits and history and
Yep.
metadata in Lightroom.
Yep.
And yes, there are alternatives, but if you have a library, mine goes back to the beta of Lightroom, to really long time ago, 2007, 6,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So I have a terabyte of stuff in there that I
there's
don't
no
want
way
to lose.
move it to somewhere else.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I can export everything into TIFFs and just bake things in, but I'm kind of happy to have my edits. I'm working on books. I need to go back to older pictures and maybe recrop them and export them in a different format for something. So for my use case, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as easy to. So Adobe has me as a
Do
holding
you
me
have
hostage.
You have the just Lightroom subscription, which is now US.
I have the oldest subscription. I'm grandfathered into the oldest one.
So you
I'm
still
just
have it.
waiting. I'm just waiting for them to change the
It's just a
terms.
matter
But
of time. Yeah.
at this point, I'm still paying $100. I'm still paying like $12 a month for Photoshop and Lightroom, but that might change
Yeah,
anytime.
that's now they've upped that to $20 US a month, and then they do another thing which people hate, which is annual billed monthly, which is
Yes.
extremely confusing, and people are shocked when they get a bill if they cancel.
And that's why why Affinity has a chance, because they
Adobe's
have
just
just
pissing people off.
completely simplified the business model, the payment structure. It's either free, and if you want AI features, it's $110 a year.
Right.
That's it.
And
So-
but it feels like this. I mean, this has been going on with Adobe for a decade now. There were other companies that attempted to kind of say, okay, we'll take over. Nobody's done a good digital asset management program. I use Capture
Because it's
One.
hard. Because it's hard.
But yeah, it's hard. And
It's hard, and you have people who are so. My muscle memory and Lightroom.
that's what we need. We need a
so-
Lightroom clone. Is what we need.
I'm so quick with Lightroom. I'm so good with
Yeah.
finding everything. I know exactly what everything does, and the metadata. Everything is in there. It would be painful to not have that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel good. It does not feel good.
And what's also sad is that there are a lot of alternatives out there, but nobody scratches the itch like Lightroom, unfortunately. I like Darkroom. I like Darktable.
There's plenty of others out there.
Pixelmator.
That
I'm hopeful because Apple bought Pixelmator. They have a decent DAM solution with Apple Photos. Not the best, but they have something. And that plus Pixelmator could be a good combination. I'm waiting to see what Apple does with Pixelmator.
if you're starting out new, it's easy. It's really easy.
No,
if you have a ton of
legacy.
weight dragging behind you, that's tougher. But Serif, the company who used to own Affinity, they had a Lightroom replacement in the works years ago. It's documented on the forums. They talked about it. But for some reason, they never really.
They didn't want to get sued. Probably Adobe is. I'm sure.
I'm not sure if it's clone. But they had something in the works. So I'm still. There's a little bit in me that goes, maybe they're still working on that, because then they would have. That would be the killer app for photographers if it was something. But then Lightroom is 20 years now old. It has a lot of work put in it. It is very robust. It is really hard to replicate that within a couple of years of development.
Yeah, it's really been
very difficult.
A quest. We've been looking for a replacement for a long time.
But that would be so perfect.
The other thing that I like about it is Adobe Camera Raw, which is a very good processor of raw images. Mm-hmm. What do you think Adobe Camera Raw is the one to use? I mean, Camera One has theirs; it's pretty good. Apple has one. I mean,
it's the one I use
because it's the one everybody.
I use Lightroom.
Yeah.
I've played with the others, as in the Apple's raw processor, Affinity's raw processor, and they're good. They're different. They have slight differences, but it wouldn't really keep me from using them
because you end up processing.
The asset management was under it,
Yeah. What the Camera Raw does is give you an image, but you're going to end up processing. If you shoot in RAW, you're going to end up doing what you want to do anyway.
True.
So I guess the RAW, although it feels like the RAW processing does kind of point you in a direction.
It can, yes. It can. If you use default values on the different RAW processors, you get slightly different images out.
Right.
And it's in the end, it's a matter of taste. There is no perfect. It's a matter of taste.
Yeah.
So I probably couldn't really tell the difference if you did a blind test with me. I would probably not be able to.
There's also DxO. I've used their Photo Lab. There's a lot of choices out there because everybody wants to steal this crown from Adobe.
Yeah, but no one has managed
Nobody's
to do that so far.
Yeah. What else?
Well, we have a long list. I don't think we'll get through the entire.
Oh, let's do it. Let's go. Come on. You want to talk about the Ricoh here?
Yeah, let's do the Ricoh GR4.
We've been talking about this since they announced it.
The Ricoh GRs they have a really large fan base and very, very
look at this.
Great fans, and they just released a monochrome version. No, they will release a monochrome version. They have announced it. So the GR4. I
drool after the Leica monochromes because I feel like with it. What's the difference? It doesn't have a bare filter. Is that right? So it's a somewhat crisper image, and it's about one stop.
It'll give you more light because filters, the red, green, blue filters in front of the pixels take light away. So it gives you more light. It gives you the full sensor resolution, which again a Bayer array doesn't. It has to be interpolated into the final picture, so it's kind of a bit of a cheat in terms of they tell you it has so and so many megapixels, but then it has half of that in red and half of that in blue, and a quarter of that in red, a quarter of that in blue, and half of that in green. And it's a mathematical trick to
Right.
To emerge to make the color picture emerge from that.
So if you were shooting monochrome,
monochromes
it
don't
would
have
be
to do
better
this.
better to have a monochrome sensor. You think?
Yes.
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 Don't say that.
I think if you do an A/B comparison at 100% zoomed in, the difference wouldn't be huge.
But it's the
there would be
difference between
one.
Ansel Adams and everyone else, kind of.
No, again, this will not make you a better photographer. It will give you
Damn it.
crisper black and white photos.
Right.
And the funny thing is, if you have a true monochrome camera and you shoot in RAW, overexposure is permanent.
Oh.
As in, you know, if you shoot a raw color photo and let's say the edges of the clouds overexpose, in Lightroom you can just pull in the highlights and the detail in
There's
the
still
clouds
data there.
re-emerges.
Yeah.
It's not what it is. It's not extra data there.
Oh.
What Lightroom does and all the other tools do is they look at the other color. There's one color channel that will overexpose first. That's just the way it is. The clouds are not.
Is that
really,
the red channel? I think
it could be the red, it could be the
Yeah.
blue, could be something. There's one channel that overexposes first, and then you see overexposure.
And then but the
Lightroom,
others are still intact.
And if you pull it in, it starts borrowing data from other color channels to fill in the blank. And that's why if you go all the way and if you go too far, it starts looking weird because it at one point has to invent information, and that makes it a bit more.
So with a
difficult.
monochrome, there's no other channel to pull in. You have what
There's
you see
no
is what you get.
spare data. It is gone. If you
So
overexpose
All
Sorry,
that
go
means
ahead.
is you just have to pay attention to clipping, and you can't let it clip at the high end.
it forces you to be a better photographer.
Yeah. Because you
And I
just
find
don't
that
have
amazing.
that headroom. Yeah.
I find that amazing.
I often my goal, whether I succeed or not, is to shoot right up to the clipped on the bright, but not go past clipping on the bright. And you can see that with the histogram, or if you have clipping set, because that's going to get me the most information and will give me the opportunity to bring up the blacks if I need to, because I'll have more information there.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Somebody probably told me that once, and I just do it now.
I mean, it's one method to kind of get a bit more data in the highlights if you expose to the right and then you'd pull it back down again.
Right.
The thing is, for the last 5 years, modern
Doesn't
sensors
matter.
in digital cameras have so much information in the dark areas that you can pull up a lot of detail from the shadows
good,
without
right.
really running into any issues. So I would not be. I'm pragmatic. If it adds additional work after the shoot, if I have to touch every photo and fix the exposure,
That's
then
no good.
it's probably not going to happen.
I have a bad tendency to when I process photos, to make them darker than I should.
That might be your screen being too bright.
Maybe. Yeah,
Because
maybe that's it.
if you're editing on a very bright screen,
You're going to pull it down.
you'll edit so it looks right for you, and
Right.
if the screen is very bright, then
Okay. So
Here's what you do. Here's what you
how
do.
do I fix that? I collaborate? Calibrate?
Is it a Mac screen?
Yeah.
Because they are typically well color calibrated.
Right.
Um,
But I can't
Hold-
turn it up or down.
and that's what I want you to do. Hold a white sheet of paper right behind the screen so you can see the white sheet of paper and the screen at the same time. And then bring down the brightness until they are about the same. The white
But isn't
on
that
your screen.
going to be based on the ambient light?
Yes. But the ambient light is what influences your perception, your
Okay.
what you see, how your brain processes it. If you edit in front of a bright window, you'll have darker photos. If you edit in front of a black curtain, you'll have brighter photos because you have this your peripheral vision will have additional or weird information that's not helping. That's why if you fire up Lightroom, it's gray.
Yes.
It's
And why
somewhere the
fit-
background is
yeah.
somewhere in the middle.
And why people like Alex Lindsay and Scott
Paint their
Wilkinson
entire studio
have
gray.
20% gray walls.
I would probably do the same if I were allowed to do it.
It's,
Yeah.
by the way, why this wall is so dark as well. Because the colors and the lights pop.
Oh yes.
I had a white wall here, and Anthony Nielsen and Russell Tammany and my team, they came in and said, what are you doing? And Russell said, here, and he showed me some paint chips, said, make this dark. So I brought in Jeff, who's really a good painter, and it's really dark. But look how good it looks in the background now.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes a big difference.
But never set your cameras on auto exposure. They'll probably get it wrong.
No, I don't do that.
Because there's so much dark.
These cameras, not these. He's not talking about these cameras.
I'm talking about your studio cameras, yes.
Yes. Is
All
this
right.
Ricoh a full frame or is it APS-C?
Don't think it's a full frame.
And it's a fixed lens, right? You can't change lenses.
Think so, and it has a fixed lens. But don't ask me for the.
I've been really tempted. It's just too expensive. I will not spend any more money on Leica gear, but I've been really tempted to buy a monochrome, either the M11 monochrome or a Q3 monochrome.
Compared to Leica, the GR4, the color GR4 is $1,500, and the monochrome price is to be announced. Release will be in spring next year.
A fraction of the Leica cost.
It will be cheaper than Leica, but also I don't think they will sell them in the same numbers they sell the color. So I would expect this to be more expensive.
Okay. Someday I will I have a Q2. I will upgrade to a Q3, and I think I'll go monochrome. I almost went M11 monochrome because I just love shooting black and white. But then I like the idea that I could shoot, and I can choose it later whether I want it to be color or monochrome. And you can only do that if you shoot in color. So.
And I would argue that not having that choice will make you a better photographer, because then you'll have to think about every shot, and you cannot move that decision to later in the process.
So should I trade in the M11 for a monochrome? I probably could get a pretty good price. This is the M11P.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Could probably get a pretty good price.
Definitely a good price. I'm not saying you should.
It won't cover that. I'll still be out of pocket. I understand.
I wouldn't trade
it's
it in, I
pretty
guess.
Good. Yeah, really what you should do is have both.
One left, one right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as a retiree, I am on a fixed income, and I will not be purchasing any more camera gear. I am done. I can't afford it. Fortunately, I have what I consider the best camera gear in the world, so I don't need any more camera gear.
Yeah, you're set. You're all set. Now it's all about
me
becoming an even better photographer.
It's all on my shoulders. Ping is back.
Ping just PNG got an update after like 20 years.
What?
They got it. Yeah, the spec got an update.
What?
Yeah. So what happened is the W3C, the World Wide Web committee thing, their time-to-text working group, that's the people that do subtitles and things, they needed HDR support in Ping. And they made a proposal, and then they quickly got support for the updates from Adobe and Apple and BBC and Comcast and Google and whoever.
Wait a minute. These broadcasters use PNG files?
They use Ping files for things
their
on
graphics?
the screen, for graphics and things, yes. And they need HDR support. So Ping just, and I think it's already implemented in most browsers, because it was already in proposals, but was never really fully ratified. So there's proper HDR support in there. There's now official animation support, the A-pings, the animated pings. The spec reflects that reality now. And support for EXIF data. The metadata, as in what camera was it taken with. That has been missing in Ping.
So these are big improvements. Now, to get the advantages of this...
You don't have to do anything, because the software that already supports the new spec is Chrome, Safari, Firefox, iOS, macOS, Photoshop, DaVinci Resolve, Avid Media Composer. Like it's all things, as I understand it, that has already been in the wild for a while, but they are now making this official and adding a few things. And they're now working on the next 2 Ping versions already. which will add better compression and some like parallel encoding, decoding to make them faster and so on. So ping hasn't been touched in 20 years, and now it's kind of moving again. And it's a cool format. It has a lot of things, especially transparency. That's the thing you need for your screens and things. If you want to have a bug in the corner like this one here.
Yeah, and it's the thing you need if you want to stop using GIFs. And that's why it's important they have animation support. They have transparency support. And they're pretty compact PNGs, right?
Well, they are in some cases probably if you have a GIF and that is in the like just with plain colors and a small palette, you probably smaller there. But Ping is more universal because it can handle these kind of graphic formats and photos and things. So and better compression is on the way. So
good.
It's cool.
All right, we often talk about these wide lux cameras.
Okay.
You're a fan, I know.
We've talked about this earlier. So the wide lux is this camera that has a turret, and it takes a wide-angle photo.
The weird camera Jeff Bridges has popularized, right?
And he's been using it. It's been popular all along. I've always wanted one. And Jeff Bridges is one of the people who used it and shot a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff there. And Wide Lux, the company, it doesn't exist anymore. And the cameras that are out there, are the last Wide Lux cameras. And Jeff and Susan Bridges are reviving the Wide Lux F8. And so that's a 35mm film camera. Last year, they announced that they were working with a German Silver Grain magazine and OPC, which is a German camera maker. And they have been working on that for a year, and they reverse engineered the Wide Lux F8, and they now have the first prototype.
This has to be kind of a kludge because it's rotating in the camera body.
Yes, it is.
That's kind of kooky.
It's a turret that rotates and exposes over the wide format of a frame.
The images you get with it are very wide aspect ratio, right? I mean, that's the whole point of it.
It's about CinemaScope aspect ratio, and the video on the right top here. That's the reveal of the first prototype. So they are, they are showing that they are making progress.
When you're taking, there's Jeff and Susie, his wife. When you're taking pictures with the Wide Lux, you have to hold very still.
It's a creative tool. You can move the camera and get weird artifacts and things, of course.
Yeah.
There's like, if you go for the low light exposure, which makes the turret move even slower, you can have someone on the left side of the picture and they quickly move around to the other side. And
some of Bridges' photos are the same person twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's so wacky.
So the first prototype is out. No idea of the timing, but they have now built one, and they're still planning to produce them and sell them.
Do you think they'll be expensive? I mean, these are super
for sure,
custom, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah,
absolutely.
If you go to jeffbridges.com, he has some of his Wide Lux shots on. In fact, you can even buy prints. Here's a wonderful one from The Big Lebowski. Wow, so cool. So, are you going to buy one? You always wanted one. So you're waiting to hear what the price is, aren't you?
The other thing they said is that they were also going to supply existing Wide Luxes with spare parts. So
that's fantastic.
Maybe that'll revive the used market again as well. So
that's cool.
We'll see.
Nice.
All right. We have a question.
Well, let's do it. This is I didn't even mention at the beginning of the show. Darn it. Darn me. We do ask people to submit questions during this show, and the website is ttf.com/pt PTQ.
It's probably too complicated.
Chris
Probably.
loves acronyms.
No, I love short URLs.
It's an
'cause
initialism, not an acronym.
People
Yeah.
type with thumbs these
True.
days.
It's a good point.
So
It's a good point. So tfttf.com/PTQ stands for tipsfromthetopfloor.com/phototime questions.
yeah.
But we
should
got
have
one,
a QR.
and
We
that's
should have
all
a
that really
QR code on
matters.
the screen for that.
Oh
we
yeah,
should
I
have a
used to.
QR
I don't know
code on the
where.
screen.
You know what? I gotta look at my captions.
It's too late now. It's too late now.
Well, for
No, we have
next
one-
time. For next time.
We have one question by Demi Lente, by our friends.
Oh, nice.
And it's a very good one. Now that darkness arrives sooner, how do you get the moon to fill the frame with a structure in the foreground? Our shots with a 200 or 300 still result in the moon being tiny.
Yes.
So
That's because you should not shoot with a telephoto lens.
no,
Or should you?
of course you have to shoot with a telephoto lens if you want to get the moon big in the photo.
You have to zoom in on the moon. Yeah.
Everyone has tried that, unless you have a extra super zoom camera in your phone or something.
Yeah, but 300, that's a lot.
It's not even close to fill the frame.
Oh.
If you have a full frame camera and you want to fill the frame with the moon, and I'm not saying like fill, but have the ball touching the top and the bottom of your frame.
Yeah.
The focal length you'll need is 2,700 millimeters.
What? So what do we do instead?
Well, you have a few options. You can, of
If
course,
you don't have a radio telescope in your backyard, what do you do?
well, you'll have extenders and
And I guess
things
if you
like that.
shot with
and
enough resolution, you could also crop.
maybe 2 or 3 of them, and then you have a really long lens, or buy one of those telescopes that you can hook a camera up
Right.
to.
A Celestron or something. Yeah.
Probably not gonna be feasible. But then if with modern cameras, hey, crop. There's
Right.
still resolution there. If you have a modern camera, 30, 40, 50 megapixels, then crop. I would guess most of the photos that you see online with the moon being really big are probably crops. So
There's
that's what you do.
another
And then,
choice,
of
course, is to stitch multiple images together like a gigabyte.
no,
Can't do that?
yeah, but that's not going to help you
Because the moon
you have.
moves.
No, it'll become smaller then if you take multiple photos.
I'm really having
You're-
trouble with scale.
You're adding more surface to the picture, and the moon is.
Okay.
So take your longest lens. Learn
There's
the
a QR code. Thank you, Anthony. You found it.
Thank you.
It's covering his face now, but okay.
It's okay.
Here, sit up, Chris.
I'm up here. You want to find a spot that you can shoot the moon from with a structure in the foreground, like a church steeple or a mountain or something. Using apps, there's the Photo Ephemeris TPE. There's one that's called Photo Pills.
That's what I like is because then the moon looks bigger because you have stuff in the foreground. You've seen it even without photography. If you're walking around, when the moon's first coming up, it looks huge because it's relative to the size.
It feels big. It's not big.
It's the same exact size, as a matter of fact. I have it on good authority.
Here's a little exercise. Take a pea, 1 pea,
1 pea,
little green pea. Stretch out your arm and hold that pea, like close one eye and hold that pea in front of the moon. It'll cover the moon.
That's how big
That's
it is.
the size of the moon.
It feels
the pea
big.
at your outstretched arm. And then practice exposure. There's a rule. Go to Wikipedia. Look up Looney 11.
Yeah.
Looney and the number 11. That's a starting point. You don't want that auto exposed because it will just blow it out. You have to manually expose that, and the Looney 11 is a good starting point to get a good exposure on that. And all of that together gets you that shot. It's easy. Not quite easy. But
And then you're going to get a shot that looks exactly like everybody else's moon shot.
no, I mean, what if you have a structure in the front, some
Yes, you
famous
can shoot that
building, or
building.
maybe
That's right.
people on a mountain, or
Sure. I'm the guy who won't take pictures of the Eiffel
You're
Tower
not taking
because
me
it's
seriously
been
here.
done. It's been done.
Oh, there are things that have been shot a lot, but not by everyone. So there's still some space for you to also take a picture.
That's true.
And yours will be yours.
I actually have a picture of the Eiffel Tower I love, but that was because I was
go.
there and I know the story, and it's my picture. It's very personal. Mr. Chris Marquardt, you are going on the road next week.
Yep, next weekend we'll start to go to the Black Forest and the Alsace and hit the first Christmas lights and maybe some snow. Weather forecast isn't looking too bad. So
I take it that is booked up, though. There's no more room.
Totally sold out.
Yeah. It's not that many people can go in the...
It's one car full of people.
Yeah.
It's a boutique tour.
So
very personal.
If I go...
if you go to discoverthetopfloor.com right now, it's all in German because...
Yeah, what happened? I used to...
It will be multi-language again as soon as I have other things. But we're now doing a lot of workshops here in Germany.
Oh, okay.
Around,
I don't want to scare the Germans away with too much English.
No, I just don't have anything to advertise right now in English. But as soon as that's ready, it'll be on here. So don't delete your bookmarks. It will be there.
Großformat. I like that.
Großformat, large format.
Yeah. What is die bleibt?
Photography that stays.
Ah, I like it. Chris Marquardt is at discoverthetopfloor.com. His podcasts are available there. And you do have some English language podcasts too, yes?
Yes, absolutely. The future of photography is the biggest one right now.
Yeah.
And,
really interesting, actually. Yeah.
It's
he also has
good
a newsletter.
discussions.
There's workshops, and you check it out regularly because there's always something new.
It will update very, very soon with new things.
New things.
New things.
And his books are available on Amazon or wherever you get your books. He's got a wide-angle photography book I highly recommend, a film photography book I highly recommend. And he comes here every month. Once again, we have a new word of the month. Get out there and take your spacious photos. That is the word. You have 4 weeks to shoot. The way this works, you can take up to one a week and submit them to Flickr.com. Now, what I would suggest is you go out and you just, every day look for something that says spacious to you in your mind. You go, oh, that would be good. And then at the end of the week, you find one, oh, this is the one, because you got to submit one a week. That's it. They have to be new, no old photos. We want you to get out there. That's the whole point. Upload it to Flickr.com. It's free to make an account if you don't already have one. We've been there for a while, Chris and I, since 2007, I think, maybe longer. But upload it there. And then one of the things you can do on Flickr, one of the things that makes Flickr unique is tagging. If you tag it TG Spacious, that will tell us it is for the Tech Guy group. TG Spacious, and it is for this month's assignment. Spacious. And then you submit it to the Tech Guy group. You will know you're in the Tech Guy group when you see my face and you see the wonderful moderator, Renee Silverman, and you see, what is it, 21,000 members or something? It's some huge number. It's been amazing. Since we've been doing it so long, I think we have a lot of members. And the good news is not that many people submit photos, so Chris will give them all attention and pick 3 to show off next month. We haven't set a date for next month yet, but we will put that date up on Flickr.com and, of course, in our Club TWiT Discord so that you will know. It'll be roughly probably close to 4 weeks from now, although that's getting
I'll
close
be
to
available.
Christmas. Yeah.
12th?
Can you
12th
do
is
12th?
fine with me. Absolutely.
All right, we have a date. That was easy. December 12th.
1 p.m. Pacific time.
1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 2100 UTC. Now, the good news is this is a club event. We love our Club TWiT members, and they make this all possible. In fact, they support about 25% of our operating cost, so it's very important to us. But if you're not a Club TWiT member, you can still watch this live because we stream it live on YouTube, Twitch. We've got people watching there. We stream it on X.com, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Kick. But you have to be here on December 12th at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 2100 UTC to watch the live stream. After the fact, club members can watch it on the TWiT Plus feed. We put it up for club members. If you're not a member, can you join the club, please? We'd love to have you. It's really important for our survival. It lets us do special programming like this. With your help, TWiT can grow. Without your help, it must needs shrink, I'm sad to say. And we'd like to grow. So join the club, twit.tv/clubtwit. You do get ad-free versions of all the shows, all that special programming that we do. You also get access to the Club TWiT Discord, which is a party in its own right, and all that special programming that we're always doing. Next week, Micah's Crafting Corner. Next Wednesday, that'll be a lot of fun.
Monday, D&D.
Oh, yes. I'm going to put on my my Sag Bottom the Cheerful garb, and we're going to, that'll be a lot of fun. We're going to do our D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, the second half of the Corn Maze. So that'll be a lot of. Do you ever play D&D, Chris? I think I asked you this. You've played D&D.
I have. I've only very briefly, but I'm well aware of what it is. Yeah.
I had never done it before, and it was quite a thing. Let me just say that. So that's where we are right now. Photo time with Chris Marquardt. Monday, the D&D Adventure, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2200 UTC. Again, we stream those live. Everybody can watch, but club members make it happen. Paris Martineau, Kathira Long Swallop, Paul Thurrott, Helm Hammerbland, Jonathan Bennett from the Untitled Linux Show, Jacob Ward, and I will be under the tutelage, under the kind but firm hand of our dungeon master, Micah Sargent. Home Theater Geeks next week is doing a chat room Q&A, just as we've done here, which is a great way to ask your questions of our home theater guru, Scott Wilkinson. As I mentioned, Micah's Crafting Corner is Wednesday. We have lots of other things going on in the club. Our AI user group every month. It'll be the week before Chris's show and so forth and so on. Stacy's book club. Twit.tv/clubtwit. Please, I beg of you, join the club. We would love to have you. Chris, have a wonderful evening in the Viewfinder Villa. Thank you for doing what you do. We really appreciate it. I look forward to
Thank you
this
for
every
having
week,
me.
every month.
Absolutely.
Spacious next time. See y'all later.
Spacious.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All righty.
Great.
All righty. Thank you,
All
Anthony.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you,
Thank you,
Leo.
Chris.
I put batteries in my camera, but now I really want the monochrome. You've kind of sold me on that.
Get the GR4 monochrome.
That might be
That'll-
enough.
That'll definitely.
Scratch that itch.
Go do it.
Or trade in the Q2 and get a Q3 monochrome. I love the Q2. The Q3 wasn't enough of an upgrade for me to get a new one.
But monochrome would be quite an
Monochrome would
upgrade.
be an upgrade. And then I would have a color M11 and a monochrome Q3. Or should I get a monochrome M11? Actually, I don't know if they've released that yet. They've been slow on putting that one out. Cannot decide. And then I need to go out and take pictures, which I have not been good at.
I like your pictures. You should take more.
I like my pictures too. I'm always I have that new Aura frame. It's our sponsor, and I'm always kind of, oh, that was a good one. I'm always surprised. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Then that's also the story of my life, right? It's important to have your photo album.
Oh, yeah, it's photography. We're talking about photography, not cameras, right?
Right.
It's photo time, not
It's
camera
photo
time.
time, not camera. Well, it's kind of
There
camera
we go.
time.
Kind of.
It's a little bit of camera time. Thanks, Chris. Have a great evening.
It is.
It
Thanks.
is.